Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Crochet Studio 22. In today's video, I will be doing a tutorial to show you how to make this beautiful sleeveless top. This is the yarn I have been using. I chose this bright green color because I think it is beautiful now for the spring. It will be beautiful for the autumn as well. This is the pattern. Yes, I'm wearing a bra, skin color underneath. So this is the pattern. This is how I styled it, with the green shoes, of course. So let's do some styling in the beginning, right? So this is how I style it. This is how I like to wear it. The pattern is pretty simple. What I wanted to tell in the beginning, what I'm wearing right now is what we will be making throughout the video. So first I made a tutorial and then finished everything, wash it off, block it, wear it, style it. So now I'm making this video. So we are going a little bit, upside down in the recordings and everything. But I think that is important because you can see the actual piece that I'm making together with you in the video is the piece that I am wearing right now in the beginning of the video. So what is important is it is the really easy pattern. If you're an experienced beginner, I'm sure that you can follow through. And the most important thing is you're gonna need just 250 grams for the size S. I'm the size S, I'm wearing the size S. So for this piece, and this is the length. This is the length, and this is after washing. So when I made it initially, my piece was coming, let's say, until my waist, just touching the edges of my jeans. But once it is washed and relaxed and everything, it kind of, it goes longer and wider. So just keep that in mind when choosing your yarn. This is my yarn. Each piece is 50 grams. So that's why they look small like this. I used a hook size 4, but I will tell you about it more later when we start, just before starting the tutorial and the video. One more time, beautiful pattern. I'm in love. I love it. You can wear it on the beach, you can wear it on the street, you can wear it wherever you feel like wearing it, Easy to make. If you're a fast crocheter, a day or two, sure you can finish it. Again, this is for experienced beginners. You need to know your stitches, standard materials, choose your yarn, choose your color, your hook. You're gonna need the scissors, some measuring tape, or we're gonna measure the chains around us, and some stitch marks. So I hope you're gonna like this video. Write me in the comments, did you like it or not? Do you have any suggestions, any proposals for the next video? And we should get started crocheting, right? So we are on the tools needed. Like in every crochet project, you will need your hook, measuring tape, scissors, couple of stitch markers, and your tapestry needles. For me, this is a standard when it comes to crochet projects. Only thing that is changing, that is the needle. I will be using for this project a needle 4mm size. This is this one. And I'm gonna try this yarn, which, to be honest with you, I ordered from Temu. So I already ordered a couple of yarns from Temu. My experience with it is pretty good, actually surprisingly good, to be completely honest. This is a wool brand. This is the weight. Regain is 15%. And what is only thing that I don't like about the yarns when ordering them from Temu is that they don't write the size of the needle, the hook you should use. So that's kind of a bummer because we have to determine it on our own. So I decided to use this yarn because I'm planning to wear my piece on top of a shirt, and that's one thing. And another one is I really like this color, and the material is really nice and very soft. So to start, for you to know, one ball of yarn here is 50 grams. So in order to start, as I told you previously, you will have to measure, that is why you need your measuring tape. You will have to measure around your armpit, right? So that is actually the space where your arm gonna go through, like a space for a sleeve. And we're gonna start by making a chain that, when put it in the circle, okay, can fit around your armpit. So your arm can go through, right? And when you make that chain, just make sure that you make it in a multiple of 4. So we're gonna start like this. I am wearing a size S, but I don't think that really makes, how to say, any change. I really also don't think it's significant. People can wear different sizes, but the size of their arms are different, other body parts as well, their bust and stuff. So anyway, I will go on and I will make my chain of 80. You measure your arm circumference, and then I will wait you guys here once you finish. So I made my chain of 80, and whichever system you use, whichever is your unit, you know, inches or centimeters, whatever it is, use your measuring tape, because I assume you use the measuring tape to measure around your arm, and place your chain, right? Just to see, is it fitting? So mine is on, let's say 40 when stretched out on 42 centimeters. And for me, that is more than enough. And now what we are gonna do, you're gonna take your chain, let me move this. I'm gonna take your chain like this. Make sure that you don't twist it. And we're gonna connect it with a slip stitch. Okay, so you're gonna take your chain, put your hook through, take a yarn over and pull through for a slip stitch. And now this circle is a space for our armhole. And now we need to measure on our body, right? From here down, so till your waist or until your hip. This is basically now determining how long you want your piece to be, right? You can make it crop, you can make it a bit longer. That really depends how long you want your piece to be. And again, just remember that, just remember to make it in the multiples of 4. Me, I will go on and I will make 40 of them. So just like continue like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on, make it in the multiples of 4. I will make 40 and I will come back. I finished my chain of 40. I'm gonna put my thumb there, and we're gonna chain 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th one we are gonna go and make a double crochet. So this is your first one. I will go on and I will put a stitch marker there, just to be sure that this is my first one. And now go on and in each and every loop, chain, make a double crochet. For this, let's say first round, I would suggest you to count. So go work your way up and make as many double crochets as you had chains. So for me, I should first make 40 double crochets. Once I do that, I will come back. I made my 40 double crochets. It looks like this. And now you're gonna continue making your double crochets in each and every stitch here in the circle, counting exactly the number of the double crochets that your chain was. So my chain was 80 chains, which means that I need to make 80 double crochets. Why we are doing this counting? Simply not to, here, especially here where is the connection, you see where we made this slip stitch connection, it can get kind of confusing. You can make 1 or 2 stitches more or less, and since we need the multiples of 4, let's kind of keep that number. So counting, make sure that we keep that number. Not something that we cannot fix later, of course we can, but there's no need for that. So I'm gonna also work around my tail in order to hide it immediately. So I will go and work my, let me just see, where are my chains? Right, okay. So here it is, here is my first one. Like this. So this will be now for me 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. Just work your way like this around the double crochets, and once you finish your number, mine is 80, I will come back to you guys. Finished my 80 stitches. Now just this is how it looks. So what you need to do now is make sure that your piece is not twisted. It should look either like this or like this. So just make sure it's not twisted. So once you finish your number of double crochets, we're going to continue. And if you stretch it out a little bit, I didn't put a stitch marker here, so this is where my 40 ends and the 80 begins. So if you didn't put a stitch marker, if you stretch it out a little bit, you can see this small hole here. Now we're going to go on and we're going to continue with the double crochets on top of these ones here, right? So these are the first 40 that I made. So I need to make now another 40 going down back. And we're gonna make them just on top of the previous ones. And again, I'm going to count them. 1 and 2. And this is our first row. This is the only one that is a little bit tricky. That is our foundation. We build everything from there, and this is the only row where we have a little bit of more work to do. So like this, we're gonna go all the way down, and once I finish 40, I will come back. I finished my 40th double crochet like this, and in this last one here, no, we are not gonna put a marker now. So just to show you, this is how it looks, the first row once it is done. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, now for the second row, you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn our work, and we're gonna skip this first one here. So this one we're gonna skip, and we're gonna go into the second, and we're gonna place a double crochet there. Double crochet there, and then we're gonna chain 1. And again, we're gonna skip 1 and into the second, place a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, into the second one, place a double crochet, and like this we're gonna work all the way around. So this is what you should have. So you're gonna chain 1, into the second one, place a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and you're gonna work like this all the way around until you come to the other side. Now to finish my second row, this is how it looks like. And I just wanted to show you how we are going to finish this second row. So I just made my double crochet. Now we are going to chain one, and here where is our stitch marker, we're going to remove it, and we're going to place a double crochet there. And our second row is done. Now for the third row, we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and into this very first stitch, this one right here, okay, this one here, we're going to place a double crochet. See, like this, and we're going to return our stitch marker there. So in this row, row number 3, this is a row of only double crochets. So we're gonna, next double crochet, we're gonna place inside the loop. Okay, so next double crochet is going in the loop. So you're gonna go with your hook inside the loop and make a double crochet. Next one, we're gonna make on top of the previous post here. Okay, like this. Next one in the loop. Next one on top of the previous post. And then again in the loop. And like this, you're gonna go around and make the row of double crochets all the way around, and I will wait you guys here. The end of our row 3, as you can see, I stayed with this chain 4 from the previous row. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place a double crochet here in this loop, and then we're gonna make a double crochet in the chain 3 from our chains. This one here. Okay, like this, and we finished our row 3. Now for the row 4, we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, turn our work, and this is the row of double crochets in each and every loop as well, but back loop only. So this is our first loop, and we're gonna go into the back loop here and place a double crochet, and I'm gonna put a stitch marker here now to know that this is my first loop. And like this, we're gonna go for the row 4 all the way around, placing a double crochets in each and every stitch, back loop only. So by doing this back loop only, we are creating this kind of pattern here. So go around, finish it, and once we come to this side here, I will wait you there. Finish the row 4. Now, just to show you how we are going to finalize this row, so I'm going to remove the stitch marker like this, and in the place of the stitch marker, we're gonna place here in the back loop only a double crochet. Now for the row 5, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and into this stitch here, we're gonna make a single crochet, put back our stitch marker, 1 second, okay, and this is the row of single crochets in each and every stitch, just regular single crochets all the way around. So I'm gonna work around the single crochets, and I will come back, guys, when I reach this side here. Of the row 5, I will remove my stitch marker, and in the place of it make a single crochet. And this is our work so far. So here where we have this ribs made, that is the right side, and on the side where we don't have them, that will be our wrong side. Now for the row 6, we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and in the very first stitch we're going to place a double crochet, and in it place your stitch marker. Now we are going to chain 5, we are going to skip the next stitch, this one we're going to skip, and into the second one here we're going to start the double crochet like this. We are not going to finish it, and then we're going to yarn over and into the next one, into the second stitch again, go and start your double crochet. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again into the next one, start your double crochet like this. We have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through together. So in the next 3 stitches we made 3 double crochets together. Again, chain 5, skip 1 into the second, go in, start your double crochet, don't finish it, second one again, and third one again, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all of them. So these are the 3 double crochets together. Again, chain 5, you skip 1 into the next, start the double crochet so you don't finish it, in the next stitch again, second double crochet start, and into the third stitch, third double crochet start, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And again like this, you're gonna work your way around, and I will meet you here to show you how we're gonna finish this row. Now at the end of the row 6, what you're gonna do is you're gonna chain 2 and remove your stitch marker and make a double crochet in this last one, because we need to mimic what we did here in the beginning. Now for the row 7, we are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn our work. Here in the middle, that should be your third chain, which is this one here. Place a single crochet. Now chain 5, and in the next chain 5 find the middle, the third chain, and make a single crochet. Now again chain 5, here the next one, find the third chain, make a single crochet, and we will repeat this all the way until the end, all the way until the other side. my last single crochet in the middle of the chain 5. Now we're going to finish this row by removing our marker. We are going to chain 2 and of course double crochet in the last stitch here, like this. Now for the row 8 we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and we are going to double crochet in the first stitch, this one here. Okay, and we're gonna place our stitch marker in it, like this. And now we're going to chain 1, and we're gonna find the third loop from the chain 5. So 1, 2, 3 into the third one. We're gonna make 3 double crochets. So 1, all in the same loop. 1 and 2 and 3, and then chain 1 and repeat that in the next one. Find that chain 3, which should be in the middle, and place 3 double crochets in it. 1, 2 and 3. So basically we are mirroring now what we made on this side here. So again, chain 1, find your chain 3, and in that chain 3, all in the same space, place 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3, and then you're gonna chain 1 and continue like this again all the way until the other side, and I will wait you there. At the end of the row 8 we have this kind of situation here, so we are going to chain 1 and we are going to place a double crochet into the third chain, into the chain 3, because we made chain 6 here. So, and this is what we have. Now we are, for the row 9 we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and this is the row now of the single crochets. So the first one goes into this first stitch here, like this, and we're going to place our stitch marker, not to miss it. And then the next one goes here in the loop where was our, chain 1 space. You can go in the loop or you can go into the stitches. I will be going into the stitches because it's just one. And then just continue making your single crochets all the way around each and every loop. And don't forget that you have this chain one here. It's easy to miss them, so just make sure that you go in and that you do that part as well. This one's a bit tricky. Yeah. So like this, just single crochet into each and every stitch all the way around, and once we finish that, I will wait you here on the other side. Finished the row 9, and now for the row 10 we will chain 3, turn our work around, and as you can see now we started kind of working back to what we have. So we mirrored these 3 double crochets here, and then we had the single crochet, row of the single crochets, and now we will have a row of double crochets and then the row of another double crochets in the one loop only, and so on. But I will walk you through it. So now our next row is the row 10, and we will place a DC double crochet in the first stitch, place our stitch marker in it, and continue the full row of the regular double crochets in each and every stitch. And once we reach the other side, this one here, where is our other stitch marker, I will come back there. Finish the row 10. Now for the row 11, we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and now again we need to create, this ribbing here. So in order to do that, this row we will be making double crochet in each and every stitch, but this time in the front loop only. So here will be our first one, like this. Put your stitch marker and then continue making a double crochet in each and every stitch, but the front loop only. So we are making, because now we're working, the wrong side is facing us, and when the wrong side is facing us, that is when we do the front loop. Let me just show you real quick. Here you can see now the ribbon getting created here, just like the one that we have it here. So continue like this, making your double crochet in each and every stitch in the front loop only. I finished the row 11. Now time to go on our row 12. For that, just let me get back my thread. For that, we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn our work, and we are going to skip the first stitch and go into the second one, make a double crochet, chain 1, skip the first stitch, into the second one, make a double crochet, again chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and so on. So basically we are repeating what we did here. Now we are making here. Also, I wanted to tell you, don't worry about the edge. Once we finish everything, we are going to straighten out our edge. We're gonna add here a couple of rows to straighten it out, so don't worry about these things here. So now just go make your double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet all the way around until the other end. So we are done with this row. I want to show you what we have so far. So this is the space for the arm, and then down we have the body. It might seem that my piece might seem too short, but this piece is kind of very stretchy, and I'm expecting it to stretch out even more after washing. Plus I am planning to add here a couple of more rows just to even out the edges. So this is the space for our arm, and we need to work here just the length that you want, actually the width, until your collarbone, because that is where we're gonna stop, so we can make the curve for the neck, and then we continue on. But as you can see, this is the right side, like this. So our, let's say, a cutoff point, to call it like that, is this. Can you see? Yes, this line here where we made this ribbing, right? This one here. So what you're gonna do now is just continue making the piece. So we are here now, right? So after this, you're gonna make again a row of double crochets, one just regular double crochets, and then one more row of double crochets just in a back or front loop, that depends. And then you're gonna have, you know, a row of single crochets and so on. So basically, you're just going to repeat what we were doing here in the beginning. Okay, so this is our cutoff point here, right? This is where we started. This is where we came now. So after this, just continue following the pattern and continue making it for the width that you need to reach your collarbone. So the wider you make it, the more it will go down on your shoulders. You also need to take in account that you need to take the measurement of your bust. We need to take also that in account. Okay, so happy crochet everybody. I will be back quickly to show you how many rows I made on my piece. Hey guys, I have reached the width that I needed for my size, for my pattern. So what I did is, here is the arm opening, and I just tried it on. You can make it, if you want, wider than this or more narrow than this. It's up to you. You can see that I have the 2 stitch markers here. This is important because now we will be dividing our front and our back panel. And how we're gonna do that? You're going to count all the stitches like this that you have in a round. I have 160. And you're gonna deduct 10 of them. So I stayed with 150 and divide in 2. So I have 75 stitches here, 75 here, and I stayed with the 10 in the middle. Why we did that? Because that 10 will be on our shoulder, and our back and front panels will be going from here and from here. Okay, so our front or back panel, let me just fix it real quick, will be now going from here, the back panel behind, and then we're gonna repeat this again. So suggestion is, from my side, is try to finish your work after this 1 row of double crochet. Why? Because the next row, actually the first row of a panel that we will be doing, is good to be, not good to be, actually it has to be a row of double crochets. So now, and that is the row that we are doing in the one loop only, right? Depending on, are you front or back, depending on, are you working, you know, on the side that it's wrong or the right. So for me, now this row, I will be working in the stitches towards me only. So now, after you placed your stitch markers, you're just going to chain 3. You're gonna go into making your row of double crochets, but you're going to finish 2 stitches before your stitch marker. Okay, I will show you. So stitch marker is here, 2 stitches before. You're gonna stop with your double crochets before that, and I will wait you there. Now I reached this point where I was telling you, 2 stitches before the chain marker. So we have 1, 2, and our chain marker in the third one. We're gonna take out the marker, and we're gonna have a decrease here. So we're gonna go in, start our double crochet, and stop there with 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over into the next stitch again. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and 1 more time, and now we have 4 loops on the hook, and now we are going to yarn over and pull through all of them. Now we are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and now we have a row of single crochets. So we're going to go into this very first stitch, this one here, place a single crochet, and I'm gonna return my chain stitch marker here, just to know that this was my first single crochet stitch. And we're going to continue this row. We have no decreases, nothing. We're just going to go in and work a single crochet all the way until the end of this row. And again, as always, I will wait you guys at the end of the row. Finish the row of the single crochets. Now we are going to chain 3. We're just following the pattern that we were doing basically until now. DC in the double crochet in the first stitch, chain 5, and we are going to skip 1, and in the next 3 stitches we're gonna make 3 double crochets together, 2 and 3. This, and again we chain 5, skip 1, 3 double crochets together, and continue. So the point is, what I would like to show you is we made a decrease here. We have of the 3 stitches. So basically we just created ourselves a very nice angle for our collar here. All right, so we will be repeating our pattern. Let me turn it like this so it looks better for you guys. Okay, so you will be repeating the pattern as we did these rows, these previous rows, okay? You will be repeating it until the stitch marker. Turn your work down, so we're working up and down. And remember, you're gonna work it just for the width where our neck is, right? Because this comes on our shoulders. So here is our neck, and then the shoulders will come again. And again, I will work in a way where my last row should be one of the first double crochets rows. So either before this, like holes here, or the one before here. Why? Because here, our second double crochet row was the row of decreases. And now on this side, we will have to have a double crochet row of increases. If this was confusing for you, in just next couple of seconds, there will be a new frame with me and my finished part. So maybe if you're a visual type, it would kind of help you to figure out what needs to be done. The point is, continue following the pattern that we were doing until now, just until your stitch marker here and down for the width of your front part where your neck is. And I will see you later, guys, when I finish all my rows. I am back. This is the panel that I did. Again, this can be your front or back panel, and this is the width that is going to be my front part for the neckline. Now, as you can see, I stopped here on one row of double crochet, and my last row should be double crochet as well. But I stopped here because I wanted to show you here we had a decrease. So we did 3 double crochets together. And now in order to simulate the same thing on this side, we need to make 3 double crochets in one stitch. So regardless of, did you finish here at the bottom or up here in the front, here should be 3 double crochets in one stitch. So what I'm going to do now is, one second, just to determine are we on the right or wrong side. I am on the wrong side because the right side, as you can see, has this kind of structure, the small ribs here when we make back loop, front loop, double crochets. So, oh, I pulled too much. So we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and the right side is facing me, so I will be working in the back loop only. So what we're gonna do now is, for me, in the first stitch here, back loop only, I'm going to place 3 double crochets. So in this loop here, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna continue placing a double crochet in each and every stitch. For me, back loop only, all the way until the end, and we're gonna stop there. We are going to cut off our yarn. I will show you, and then after that we're gonna start making our back panel. So I will meet you guys at the end of this row. We finished the row of double crochets in a back loop only, and now you are going to cut off your yarn and just yarn over and pull it through totally, and just pull your thread, pull your yarn a lot, and as you can see, it creates this small knot here. So our front panel is done. I know that this doesn't look very nice right now, but believe me, once we attach it, it's gonna look exactly the same like this side here, and when we put a collar, it's gonna look really beautiful. Now what we need to do is to make the back side, and it's going to be done exactly the same like the front side. What we need to do is start from the bottom, attaching our yarn. So how I attach my yarn is I make the small loop like this, and again we need to determine which side we are on. So the right side here, I can see this rib facing me and this rib facing me, so I need to work in the back loop only. So I'm going to go in the back loop, put that loop on the hook, tight up it just a little bit, and slip stitch. Like this we attach it, and now we chain 3. So that is our chain, okay, that's our chain 3, and in the same loop make your double crochet. Try to work around your tail, so you don't need to weave it in later, and it is going to be more secure. So we will be making a double crochets, for me in the back loop only, all the way until we reach our stitch marker, just like we did in the front panel. Everything is exactly the same, so you can just, you know, rewind it, come to the point where we were making the front panel, going with the double crochets, and we're gonna work until 2 stitches before our chain marker. You remember we left the chain marker here of the 10 stitches in the middle, so we're gonna work until here. I will wait you there, guys. We are at the end of the row. As I said, 2 stitches before the marker. Now we are going to remove our marker, stitch marker, and we're gonna make 3 double crochets together. So we are going 1 and we don't finish it, 2 and we don't finish, 3 loops on the hook, and fourth one, sorry, and fourth one, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. So now just continue with your pattern, whatever is the following row of stitches that you need to do. Make sure that it is exactly the same like your front one. Equal number of rows, same pattern, everything is exactly the same. Once we finish the back, that, you know, exactly the same like the front one, I will come back, guys, so we can, you know, make our shoulders, make that shoulder part. After that we have the collar and our piece will be done. Happy crochet, everybody. I'm at the end of the row, and like we did our last one, we are going to cut off our yarn over and pull through all the way and tie up your yarn. So this is how it looks like, and this is the right side, our front and back panels together. What we need to do now is we are going to attach our yarn from here to here. We are going to make a chain. Okay, so how many stitches you have here between your front and back panel, that is how many chains you need to make here. So again, make a loop like this. Okay, I'm gonna make a loop like this and attach our yarn from your very last stitch, but not from the chain 3, from the stitch. So this place here, let me just get it right, like this. Okay, put the needle through and that is already one. And on the other side here, don't go into the chain, go into the loop and with the slip stitch join them. Cut off your yarn over and pull through your stitch. So we created ourselves around the shoulder part, just like we have here. And again, we will have to attach our yarn, and this time we are going from here, from the bottom. So from here we're going to attach our yarn, and the first row that I should be doing for me is a row of single crochets, and I will try to work around both of the tails just to hide them up. So going around both of them, and I am going to put a stitch marker in my first stitch, because here we have been joining the yarn, and we have the tails and everything, and just not to get confused. So I am doing my single crochet, and I will be doing it all the way. Actually, we need to do it all the way like this around to the other side, but I will come back, guys, when I come just in front of the chain to show you how we are going to work around it and around. I am here before the chain, and what is important now is not to twist your work. Okay, so we're gonna go in. If you can, it would be good to work around your tail, but if you cannot, then we can just weave it in later. So we go one by one. For me, this is a row of single crochets. So whichever stitch you should be, it's coming for you in the pattern. Try to get both of the chains. It's a little bit hard to do, I know, to get both of the chains on the hook. But if you manage to do that, the whole work will be more secured. And make sure that you count your stitches. I know that, of course, we counted our chain when we were chaining it, but it's important to count your stitches too, just so we know that we didn't skip any chain now while we were working. And once we do this, the part where we're gonna continue onto the body is equally important as well. Try not to mix. Again, putting these two loops on the hook is really kind of stressful. It's a bummer, definitely. After this much struggle, we finished this chain, and now we are going to continue onto the body, making our stitches. Again, make sure that you do not twist your work. So, because previously we made a slip stitch here in the first chain, don't forget about that chain. I know you already have a slip stitch there, but in that chain we need to make our stitch as well, and then just continue to the other side. Basically, we are repeating everything how we started from the beginning. You remember we were doing the front and the back in the same time, and then we split it into the front and back panel. Now we connected them again they're going over the shoulder. So we need to finish now that that part as well. So I will come back once I finish this row. I will come back to explain you guys how you will be doing this part of the pattern, even though I think that you kind of already figured it out. Come to the other side, and this is what we have so far. We made our first row around our shoulder. So what you're gonna do now, you're just going to continue crocheting, you know, up, around and down, just like we did here in the beginning. And on this side, you're gonna make the same number of rows that you did on this side. And your last row is going to be just like here. After this small holes here, you have a row of double crochet. That is going to be your last row, so we can connect it later on the side. We can fix our collar, we can fix our ending here to be nice and straight. So you know what to do. Follow the pattern. Make sure that you have the same width, the same size as it is on this side. Happy crochet, guys, and I will see you later. We are back with the finished panels completely. We have our left side, front one here, and the right one here. Now what is left for us to do is to join them here on the side to create the same space that we have here. Now you need to remember or write it down somewhere, or just simply count your stitches, how many stitches you have on this side. I have 40 of them. So we will start joining now from the bottom up, exactly 40 stitches. What is important, right now my correct side, my right side is facing me. So what we need to do is to turn it to the wrong side to be facing you like this. This is the wrong side. The right side, if you remember, it has these ribs here from working in the back or front loop only. So what we're gonna do now is to put our work aligned like this. Let me flip it a little bit. And what we are going to do is, here I didn't cut off my yarn, and I kind of tried to finish at the bottom, but if your pattern goes in a way that you finish at the top, you can always join the yarn back at the bottom. And now we are going to chain one, turn our work, and from here, not in this chain space, but in this other one, we're going to put our hook into the back loop only here, and from the back panel into the front loop, this one here, like this. And now you have 3 loops on your hook, like this, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. This is a slip stitch method of joining the panels together, and we're gonna repeat. You're gonna go here, back loop, front loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then again, back loop, front loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you're gonna continue like that, working back loop, and then here front loop, yarn over, pull through. For me, this is my 4th stitch, and you're gonna continue like this all the way up. For me, that is 40 stitches, to be exactly the same like the other side. Once we finish that, we're gonna do around our collar here, and we're gonna fix the edges after that. Finished my 40 stitches, and now in the end, we are going to cut off our yarn, and just as a final, you're going to yarn over and pull out your yarn, and then pull it down like this. As you can see, you created a knot, and then you can take your tapestry needle and just weave in. We are going to weave in our ends, and you know, they don't need to look pretty or anything. You're just kind of, the point of weaving in the ends is to hide them. Don't make it too tight. Don't think too much about it, how you are doing it. Just don't make it too tight. The point is of hiding your tail, not to be visible. That is making your piece more secured, but this secured part doesn't mean that your shape should change its structure. What I mean is, if you tighten it to end, as you can see, you start pulling here. You don't need that. Just weave it in like this and cut it off, and that's it. And now we have our piece done from both of the sides. And as you can see, this is the side where we made a connection. We're gonna turn it so now the right side will be facing us. And basically, there's no difference, right? So once you wash it, you block it, this is where we made a connection, and this is where we started. They are almost identical. There is really very small difference in that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work around our collar, and for that we need to join our yarn. And for the collar, we're gonna work in a way that the right side is facing us. So what we're gonna do is make a loop, okay, like this, so we can attach our yarn. Pull a tail a little bit, and we're gonna start attaching our yarn somewhere where is our double crochet row. Okay, so just pick a point like this, attach your yarn like this, and then chain one. And you're gonna start making your single crochets just around the edges. So here will be my first one, and try to work around your tail like this. And this is where I'm going to put my stitch marker, here where I just joined the yarn, or in the first single crochet. So just try to find a space. Don't think about it too much. This is just the first row. Try to find a space to place your single crochet. And the very important thing is make them loose. It's very easy to make your single crochets very tight. That is not what we need to do, because then our work is gonna crumble. Just make them loose. Here where we have the mesh row, place 3 single crochets. So we go 1 and 2 and 3, because that is we made chain 3 there. And then just continue as your work is going and taking you. You can place one there, the next one can go here. Always kind of take a look back. See how your work is looking like. If it is getting too stretchy, it means that you just placed too many single crochets. If it is getting tighter, it means that you're placing not enough number of the single crochets. So basically this like a front part is kind of complicated one. Already on the shoulders, we already come to the part where we have our stitches, where I didn't see that. I'm gonna undo the last one, and I'm gonna pass it from here and here. Try to take both of them. Yes, exactly. So just continue then here, working in the already existing stitches and around your tail, so you don't need to weave it in. You don't need to weave it in later, and that makes your tail more, and your whole work actually, more secure. So we're gonna finish this part now very soon, just a couple of more stitches, and then we are coming to the other part where we don't have the stitches, but we kind of have to decide on our own where we are going to place them. Again, I wouldn't think too much about it. So this is what we have. Let me show you like this. This is what we have so far. And now let's say we are on the front part. So here we're gonna place one, we're gonna place second one, and the third one can go here. And here where is the mesh row, because it's a chain 3, we're going to place three single crochets. So we have 1 and we have 2 and we have 3. And here where is a row of double crochet, we can place 2 stitches in one row of the double crochet. In the second row of double crochet, again 2 single crochets, and then we have a row of single crochet, that's 1. And again here you kind of decide on your own, but as we were speaking, 3 single crochets is the best way to do. And like that we're gonna work in a round. Again, always look your work back. How does it look to you? Does it look too tight? Does it go like this? You place too many. So just working around. When you come to your stitch marker, when you reach this point here, make a slip stitch, chain 1, make 1 more row. And then you can decide on your own, are you gonna make 2 rows of single crochets, 3, 4, or 5? That ultimately depends on you, but I wouldn't recommend working more than 3 rows of single crochets, because simply they're gonna start going outwards unless you do some decreases. So this is what we're gonna do up here around our collar, and once you finish that, you are going to do exactly the same here at the bottom. So you're gonna attach your yarn. I would recommend it to be on the side here. You're gonna work a row of single crochets all the way around like this. When you come, you join with the slip stitch, chain 1, and make another row. And here at the bottom, here you can really make as many rows as you want of the single crochets. That really depends how thick you want your band to be. So I'm going to finish all of this, and once I finish all of that, I will come back to show you a final product. We are at the end, guys. This is our finished product. I finished mine, I washed it, I blocked it, and this is how a final one looks. And yes, it is exactly the same piece that you see me wearing it in the beginning of this video. So what we did is I made a total of 2 rows of the single crochets around the collar. Around the sleeves, I didn't touch anything. I didn't make any additional rows or anything. But at the bottom, I made a total of 3 rows of single crochet. Just one second, I want to show you. And this is how it looks like. It is they look very neat, very nice. It's a really, really great addition to our project. I know that it looks, maybe in the video it looks kind of maybe wide, like too wide, but you see me wearing it, and I wear the size S, so don't get fooled by the camera, right? So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that the tutorial was easy to follow and understandable for all of you. Share with me your projects. Tell me how it ended up. Write me in the comments. Do you have any suggestions, any questions? I would really like to hear from you guys. If you liked this video, please push the like button, subscribe. More videos are coming. And thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video. Happy crochet, everybody. Bye.